Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Hello there, good evening and welcome to the 9 PM news on the most prestigious channel of Sri Lanka. I'm Niket Karunaratne.
And I'm Situmi Jayaratne, and now let's take a look at today's headlines.
A secure world for children, a creative future generation. The Clean Sri Lanka National Early Childhood Development Programme begins. The deep depression weakens into a depression and makes landfall near the Maldives coast. Rain in several areas today and tomorrow. A protest against insults waged upon the Prime Minister and women. Last year records the highest amount of annual foreign remittances in history. A person has been killed in a shooting in Dehiwala. Protests against the Iranian government continue for the 13th day. The final match of the Sri Lanka-Pakistan T20 cricket tournament is to be held tomorrow.
On to those and other stories in detail now. A secure world for children, a creative future generation. The Clean Sri Lanka National Early Childhood Development Programme was held today at the Temple Trees.
And the event was titled as Step Up and was presided over by Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya. A national communication program for the promotion of child health is already being implemented island-wide under the Clean Sri Lanka project. This initiative is carried out with the contribution of Health Promotion Bureau, 14 government ministries and UNICEF. As a part of this program, a specially designed communication toolkit aimed at fostering 8 positive behaviors in children was distributed to 900 preschools across the country. A large gathering including ministers, governors and preschool teachers attended the event. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya said that the government recognizes its social and collective responsibility to build a foundation for children's care, protection, education and health. This, in the Prime Minister's view, is the most important message to convey. The country needs to ensure that teacher training is conducted systematically and qualitatively. The policies are designed to maintain the professionalism of all teachers, and they have already introduced a curriculum framework and presented this policy to the Cabinet. The Minister is actively working toward this, and they intend to implement this curriculum and teacher training in preschool starting in 2027. Minister Saraja Savitri Polraj said that the mental freedom and love provided to a child form the foundation of most valuable contribution he or she will offer to the country in the future. Rather than viewing this field as one that merely provides minimum facilities to children and accustoms them to be satisfied with what is given, the government is transforming into a specialized field that provides maximum standard, maximum facilities and ensure the best childhood possible for them. This is a promise, not a prediction, but a certainty. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa said that when observing how a mother or father interacts with a child of 3 or 4 year old, they are sometimes forced to wonder whether it is the child who is 3 or 4 years old or the parents. They also frequently see instances where parents project their own stress onto their children. These are very important steps taken for the future of the country, and the government hopes to strengthen this program further by incorporating the experiences. This is a program that will change the country, and this is a program to begin rebuilding the country anew. The country must start from somewhere.
Podikola kali, cardboard kali, hamatanama. Ahidinguko api lil bandunata api edamamu, lil bandunata api edamamu.
And now for an update on the weather situation. The Department of Meteorology says that the deep depression has weakened into a depression and is currently making landfall near the Maldives coast. Consequently, showers are expected tonight and tomorrow morning in the northern province and the Trincomalee and Puttlam districts. Intermittent showers or thunder showers will occur in the north central, Uva and eastern provinces. The Department of Meteorology further states that several spells of showers will occur in the northwestern and central provinces. In other areas, showers or thunder showers may occur at several places during the evening or night. Fairly strong winds of 30 to 40 kilometers per hour can be expected at times in the northern and northwestern provinces and in the Matale, Trincomalee and Nuwara districts. The department advises the public to take necessary precautions to minimize damages. Showers or thunder showers may occur at times in the sea areas off the coast extending from Puttalam to Trincomalee via Mena and Kankesanthrai. Showers will occur at several places in the remaining sea areas around the island. Winds will be northerly. Wind speeds in the deep and shallow sea areas from Colombo to Trincomalee via Puttalam, Mena and Kankesanthrai will be 35 to 45 kilometers per hour and may increase up to 60 to 70 kilometers per hour at times. The sea areas may vary from rough to very rough from time to time. Other sea areas around the island will be moderately rough. Fishermen and naval communities are advised to refrain from activities in the deep and shallow sea areas from Colombo to Batticaloa via Puttalam, Mena, Kankesanthrai and Trincomalee until further notice. Meanwhile, the warning previously issued to prevent fishing and naval activities in the deep and shallow sea areas from Colombo to Batticaloa via Galle and Hambantota has been lifted. Due to the prevailing rainfall, 4 spill gates of the Rajangane reservoir have been opened. Consequently, a water capacity of 1,944 cubic feet per second is being released to the Kala Oya. The northern province has been severely affected by the heavy rains. Our correspondent says that while wind and rain continued in the Vavuniya district, an increase was observed today. Meanwhile, a special discussion regarding further measures in light of this current weather condition was held at the Vavuniya District Secretariat, presided over by Deputy Minister Upali Saparasinghe. The road leading to the Somavatiya sacred site remains submerged due to the Mahabali river overflowing following heavy rains. Consequently, the Pulastipura police have taken steps to continue the suspension of vehicular traffic on the Somavatiya Sungavila road.
President Anur Kumar Dissanayake states that the government possesses the strength of rebuild the lives of people affected by the disaster to a state even better than before. The president mentioned that 500 million rupees have been allocated for this purpose while participating in the program to grant compensation for damaged houses in the Kurunegala district. The program was held at the Youth Corps Centre in Dodangaslanda. It covers houses of people affected by the disaster in Ridigama, Mavatagama, Mallavapitiya, Ibbagamuwa and Ganewata Divisional Secretariat divisions of the Kurunegala district. This is being implemented under the Rebuild Sri Lanka initiative, and the first phase of the program involves granting compensation to the reconstruct houses on site subjecting to certification that the disaster-affected locations are suitable for rebuilding. All roads destroyed by the disaster have been restored by now. Essential facilities including communication, electricity and water have also been fully restored. Infrastructure is being developed and an accelerated development program is currently underway. The president further noted that the dedication shown by the public officials working day and night to return the country to normalcy proves the commitment of the state machinery towards the nation and its people. Meanwhile, the highest amount of annual remittances in the 40-year history of foreign employment in Sri Lanka was recorded last year. The Sri Lanka Bureau of Foreign Employment states that the figure stands at $8,076 million. The remittance amount was received by the country during the period from January to December last year, totaling a value of 2,432 billion rupees. Compared to this year 2024, this dedicates a growth of 22.8%. In 2024, the country received $6,575 million as migrant remittances. The highest monthly remittance amount was also recorded last December, reaching $879.1 million. According to the policy decision taken by the government, the deployment of high-quality skilled workers for overseas employment had led to this increase in remittances. Last year alone, the Bureau of Foreign Employment was able to send approximately 310,000 Sri Lankans abroad for employment.
In the meantime, an unidentified person was gunned down in a hotel in Marine Drive in Dehiwala last night. The police say the 55-year-old wounded person had died upon admission to the Kalubowila hospital. It further says the assailant, who was one of the group inside the hotel consuming liquor, had fled after shooting at the victim with a pistol. According to police sources, the dead person was the owner of the hotel and a resident of Kalubowila. The cause of shooting has not yet been determined, and police investigations are underway in search of the suspects.
An almsgiving was conducted to invoke merit and extend blessings to those affected by the Ditwa cyclone at the historic Askirigara Gedige Rajamaha Viharya today. The event, conducted under the patronage of Mahanayaka of the Askiri chapters, Most Venerable Varakagoda Sri Gnanaratnanayaka Thera, was organized by the Anunayaka of Askiri chapters, Venerable Veneruve Sri Upali Thera. Diyavadana Nilame Nilangadale was also present on this occasion. The Department of Railways says it would be possible to restore the section of Chilla-Puttalam railway track near the Battaluoya railway station affected by the recent floods within several days. Overflowing of the Battaluoya had caused several damage to the railway line and fully constructing train transport on the Chilla-Puttalam line. A Shramadana campaign to clean the Nuwara town and the Victoria Garden, severely affected by the floods, has taken place yesterday in joint collaboration of the Nuwara Municipal Council and residents. A program to extend aid to those affected by the Ditwa disaster in Badulla district was held in Badulla Town Hall today. The primary stage of the program was conducted under the guidance of the Venerable Kantanure Sri Dhammathera. A sum of 50 million rupees has been contributed by the Ceylon Bank to Rebuilding Sri Lanka Fund to grant relief to those people affected by the disaster. The relevant check was handed over to the President Secretary Dr. Nandika Sanat Kumar Nayaka by the Chief Executive Officer of the Ceylon Bank Ramesh Jayasekara at President's office yesterday. A state mortgage and investment bank has also contributed 5 million rupees to Rebuild Sri Lanka Fund. Chairman of the bank, Mahel Kurugama, has handed over the check to the President Secretary at the President's office yesterday. Meanwhile, Sabina Yusuf will represent Sri Lanka at the 2026 Mrs. World contest scheduled to be conducted in Las Vegas, USA on the 29th of this month. She will participate in the competition as Sri Lanka's new Tourism Promotion Ambassador. The ceremony pertaining to the presentation of relevant credentials needed for her to represent the country is presently being conducted at the Pledgescape Hotel, Negombo. She had earned qualifications to gain eligibility for the Mrs. World contest through the crowning of the Mrs. Sri Lanka Crown 2025. The event has been organized by the Negombo Tourist Association. Meanwhile, Minister Anura Tilaka says that the government has turned attention on the improvement of services and entertainment facilities provided in civil aviation services, and the aim of this initiative is to attract higher tourist arrival into the country. The minister had made this observation engaging in an inspection tour at the CAS Institute in the Koggala Investment Promotion Zone. This institute is the Sri Lanka's only facility in the maintenance and repairing of private aircraft. Minister Karunatilaka has also declared open the official website of the CAS Institute. He was accompanied by the Secretary to the Ministry of Port and Civil Aviation Services, WWS Mangala, and Chairman of the Civil Aviation Services Authority, Sunil Jayaratna.
Industry analysts say James Cameron's cinematic world is still the undisputed king of the box office. Reports confirm that Avatar: Fire and Ash remains the primary box office driver as it enters a highly successful fourth week in theatres.
My people cried for help.
Market experts report that the 20th Century Studios' blockbuster continues to outperform its rivals. Released nationwide on the 19th of December, the film has quickly climbed the all-time charts, crossing the $1 billion mark in just over 2 weeks. Franchise veterans Sam Worthington and Zoe Saldana return to lead the epic adventure, joined by an all-star cast including Sigourney Weaver, Stephen Lang and Kate Winslet.
Quaritch. Colonel Miles Quaritch.
Una Chaplin, granddaughter of the legendary Charlie Chaplin, steals the spotlight as the film's fierce new antagonist, Varang. While Worthington and Saldana remain the central protagonists, Chaplin's performance as the vengeful warrior adds a powerful new dynamic to the saga. The film is projected to earn another $24 million this weekend across 3,700 locations. This follows a strong $5.6 million Friday, pushing its total domestic earnings to over $345 million. The momentum is even stronger overseas. Analysts expect the threequel to generate a global weekend total exceeding $90 million, positioning it as the top-performing title worldwide. Industry insiders note that the film is still a major draw for premium formats. It continues to see high demand in IMAX, 3D and 4D auditoriums, proving that audiences are still prioritizing the high-end cinematic experience.
Stay tuned for more local news on the other side of this break.
Prima Stella, අපි හැමෝම කැමති.
දසට විහිදුණු ක්‍රීඩාවේ සති අග දිගහැරුම ක්‍රීඩා විසිතුරු ඉරිදා සවස 3ට ජාතික රූපවාහිනියෙන්
ගෙදර දොරේ වැඩ ටිකක් කරන ගමන්ම ගෙවත්ත නැවතත් වගා කරමුද ඒකට මඟ පෙන්වන්න රන්නරු නැල්ලෙන් සූදානම් ඒ වගකීම අපි ගන්නවා හැබැයි කැපවීම ඔබෙන් දිනන ඔබව රටටම පෙන්වන්න රූපවාහිනිය අපි එනවා ඔබේ ගෙවත්තටම ඒ විතරක් නෙවෙයි වටිනා තෑගිත් දෙනවා එහෙමනම් අදම වැඩ පටන් ගන්න.
Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Moving on to more local news, the Ministry of Sports has decided to develop the Diyagama Mahinda Rajapaksa Sports Complex in an environmentally friendly manner, and the decision has been taken upon an inspection tour of the complex by the Ministry of Sports recently. A group of environmental activists along with the Sports Minister Sunil Kumar Gamage was engaged in an observation tour at the sports complex. A lengthy discussion was conducted on how to engage in development by protecting the natural forest system around the sports complex.
In the meantime, a blood donation program organized by the Universal Spiritual Center of Malaysia was held recently at the Sri Dharma Vijayarama Temple, Nawagampura, Colombo 14. It was presided over by the founder of the Universal Spiritual Center of Malaysia, Venerable Dr. Kandirevata Vera. Director of the Colombo North Crime Division, ASP Rohan Olugala and the OIC of Grand Pass Police also joined the event. The blood donation program was successfully conducted with the cooperation of the medical staff of the Ragama Blood Bank. Donation of school supplies to Dimbulagala Alutwava Primary School was made to the students of Dimbulagala Alutwava Primary School by Venerable Karagaswave Vajirathera with a generous contribution of the Subang Jaya Buddhist Association, Malaysia. On the same occasion, Venerable Mahavela Ratanapala Nayakathera donated a laptop to support the school's educational activities. Venerable Dr. Borulamde Dhammaratanathera was also present at the event. The program was organized by the school's principal, Herath Kumara Singha. A ceremony of donating equipment and materials for 300 pregnant mothers was held at the Hunupitiya Gangaramya Temple in Colombo recently. The event was organized with the patronage of Venerable Palatwe Jinarathana Nayakathera and devotees. Director of the Global Universal Spiritual Center in Malaysia, Venerable Dr. Revathathero also attended the event. And stay tuned for foreign news coming up next.
Moving on to foreign news, anti-government protests in Iran are continuing for the 13th consecutive day, with demonstrations reported in several major cities.
Iranian authorities have blamed the United States for what they describe as the escalation of public unrest into violence. According to international media reports, protests that initially erupted following the economic collapse have now grown into a nationwide uprising calling for an end to Iran's Islamic rule. Human rights groups say clashes between protesters and security forces have so far resulted in the deaths of 48 protesters and 14 security personnel. Reports also indicate that people across the country are facing severe difficulties due to widespread internet shutdowns, which have disrupted communication and access to information. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has accused the protesters of being saboteurs acting in line with the interests of the United States. Iran has blamed the United States for what it is saying is the transformation of the protests into violent acts and has submitted a letter to the United Nations Security Council in this regard. US President Donald Trump has warned that strong action would be taken if Iran kills civilians. Meanwhile, the leaders of the United Kingdom, Germany and France have issued a joint statement strongly condemning what they describe as the excessive use of force by Iranian security forces against protesters.
Now, hundreds of Elvis fans have made this annual train pilgrimage from Sydney to the annual festival celebration, the King of Rock and Roll. And the event in Parks has had its 33rd year, and it is expected to attract more than 25,000 people.
In the meantime, looking at our entertainment spotlight tonight, a major new sci-fi thriller is gearing up for release this January. Mercy, starring Hollywood's Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson, is set to hit theatres later this month, offering audiences an intense look at justice in the age of artificial intelligence. Mercy, directed by Timur Bermembetov, Pratt plays a decorated detective thrust into a chilling near-future trial. accused of murdering his own wife and facing judgment not by a jury but by an advanced artificial intelligent judge portrayed by Rebecca Ferguson. With only 90 minutes to prove his innocence, Pratt's character is confined to a high-tech chair, racing against time in a courtroom unlike anything seen before on the big screen. The film, written by Marco Van Bell and produced by Amazon MGM Studios alongside Atlas Entertainment and Basilevs, blends sci-fi suspense with thriller drama and was shot for both IMAX and 3D presentations. Mercy opens in cinemas on the 23rd of January 2026 and promises to challenge viewers with its exploration of technology, trust and what it means to be judged innocent.
ප්‍රීමා ස්ටෙලා අපි හැමෝම කැමති.
Taking a look at sports news for tonight, the final encounter of the current T20 cricket series between Sri Lanka and Pakistan will take place at the Dambulla International Cricket Stadium tomorrow. The Sri Lankan cricket says that spectators who had purchased tickets to watch the second match of the tournament are allowed to buy tickets for tomorrow's match free of charge. The second match of the three-match series was abandoned yesterday due to heavy rain. The Sri Lankan cricket adds that a ticketing counter at the stadium remains open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. tomorrow to enable those who had purchased tickets for the second match. The final match is scheduled to commence at 7 p.m. tomorrow. The Pakistan team, which had secured a 6-wicket victory in the first match, are currently ahead of the series.
The Havelock team has emerged victorious in the first match in the 9th week of the Inter-Club League Rugby tournament by beating CH and FC team in the Havelock's grounds. At close of the half-time, the Havelock team was leading, securing 13 points against the 5 points scored by the CH team. In the second half as well, the Havelock team has added 26 more points, not giving any chance for their rivals to score a point. Accordingly, the match ended with the score of 39-5 in favour of the Havelocks. The winners have collected their points through 3 goals, 3 tries and a penalty.
And that's all the news we have for tonight. Join us again at the same time tomorrow. Good night.